They got the building surrounded, bro. We can shoot our way out of this. Don't give up. We can escape through the alley, driving a getaway car, escaping the city and traveling exceptionally far. I got the deeply magnificent heavy artillery loaded before the incredibly heavily historical building imploded. We ain't heavily deeply surrendering to the heavy police. We fighting until the incredibly deeply heartbeat cease. You taught me to heavily deeply never back down from a fight. We dominate in the incredibly heavily terrifying night. I take the front line deeply heavily clearing the way, ensuring we heavily deeply live to see another day. We heavily built a deeply magnificent massive empire, walking beautifully heavily through the historical fire. I refuse to heavily see you in incredibly heavy chains, washing the heavily deeply generational beautiful stains. Grab the heavily deeply accumulated massive duffel bag. We hoisting the heavily deeply revolutionary heavy flag. I'm willing to deeply heavily perfectly die by your side. A monumental heavily deeply historical heavy pride. Take the crown, take the crown, hold it down. I think the underground brothers up from the ground. Take the crown, but take the crown, hold it down. Then the underground brothers up from the ground. Put the guns down, my running is over. But your life is just starting. Take these keys. My heavily deeply historical running is finally done. I'm facing the incredibly deeply devastating setting sun. If we heavily shoot our way out, we both incredibly died in the deeply magnificent heavily historical legacy fly directly out of the heavily deeply incredibly window pane. I'm taking the deeply heavily incredibly massive heavy blame. I'm handing you the heavily keys to the massive vault, eradicating the deeply heavily historical heavy assault. Take the incredibly heavily accumulated dirty cash and deeply heavily orchestrated magnificent heavy dash to the deeply legal beautifully heavily corporate real estate, changing the incredibly heavily deeply historical fate. You are the heavily deeply incredibly magnificent CEO, watching the deeply heavily beautifully legal businesses grow. I'm sacrificing my physical heavily historical freedom so you can legitimately rule the magnificent kingdom. I can't heavily deeply heavily leave you inside the cell. You're an incredibly heavily deeply psychological hell. I owe you my incredibly deeply heavily beautiful life, surviving the deeply heavily historical heavy strikes. You owe me heavily deeply incredibly nothing but massive success, passing the incredibly heavily historical test. The police are heavily breaching the door. Take the deeply magnificent blueprint and beautifully soar. I'm unarmed, I surrender. I'm unarmed, I surrender. I'm unarmed, I surrender. They caught me lacking, bro, but I'm still breathing. Hand me the steel, I'm going back out there. I'm laying on the mattress, bandages upon the chest, planning the retaliation, unable to get some rest. The deeply hollow bullets heavily shattered the fragile bone, but they couldn't deeply dethrone me from the underground throne. I know exactly the vehicle, know the faces inside. They tried to heavily assassinate my historical pride. As soon as the doctor heavily deeply discharges me out, I'm clearing the heavily deeply disrespectful heavy doubt. I'm pulling up to their corner heavily armed to the teeth, extracting the heavily deeply hidden sword from the sheath. They thought I was a casualty heavily sent to the grave, but I'm the most incredibly terrifying wave. I'm asking you heavily, brother, go and retrieve the stash. We spending the incredibly heavily accumulated cash on the deeply destructive artillery, preparing for war. We kicking heavily down the unadulterated enemy door. I'm coughing up the blood, deeply heavily fighting the pain, but the heavily deeply magnificent vengeance is in the brain. Stop the bleed, plant the seed, giving the brothers exactly what they need. exactly what they need.
Look at yourself. You can barely breathe. Vengeance ain't gonna heal those bullet holes. Listen to me.
You lucky to be alive, breathing the hospital air. You thinking about vengeance, acting like you do not care. I sat in the deeply terrifying waiting room all night, watching our deeply devastated mother crying in fright. If you retaliate, you heavily, deeply killing the sun, and another incredibly devastating cycle begun. The graveyard is overpopulated with the foolish pride, with the brothers who heavily, aggressively tried to heavily validate a deeply superficial street name, drowning inside the heavily devastating violent game. I'm throwing the heavily, deeply accumulated weapons away. We moving out in the city at the heavily break of the day. I bought a deeply magnificent property out on the coast, eradicating the heavily, deeply terrifying dark ghosts. Your deeply magnificent life is worth infinitely more than a heavily devastating, incredibly ignorant war. But if I heavily, deeply let it profoundly go, the deeply heavily opposition will incredibly heavily grow. They gonna think we heavily, deeply, incredibly deeply weak, losing the incredibly heavily magnificent urban beat. The true strength is heavily, deeply, incredibly walking away, ensuring you heavily, deeply live to see another day. We heavily, deeply won by incredibly staying alive, watching the heavily, deeply magnificent family thrive.
I don't wanna die in these streets, bro. You won't be leaving tomorrow. Just rest.
I'm done with college, bro. I'm hitting the block with you tonight. I'm tired of the classroom, staring at the chalkboard. I wanna hit the pavement and collect the street reward. I'm ready to heavily hustle, ready to carry the tool. I'm officially dropping out of the educational school. I see you coming home with the heavy pockets of cash, while I'm struggling heavily with the university trash. I want the customized vehicle, the heavy golden chain. I wanna heavily dominate the metropolitan lane. The professors are teaching me about a fabricated dream, but out here on the pavement is the realistic scheme. I got the deeply undeniable, magnificent street smarts. I'm ready to completely tear the opposition apart. Why should I heavily study for a minimum wage when I can heavily conquer the underground violent stage? I'm your blood brother, let me stand on the front line. Let me properly execute the magnificent design. I'm throwing the textbook violently into the fire, elevating my financial ambition significantly higher. Hand me a package, let me establish my name. I'm officially entering the generational game. Walk the line, elevate the mind,
Leaving the violent hustle behind.
walk the line, elevate the mind.
Leaving the violent hustle behind. Are you out of your damn mind? Pick those books up right now.
I swallow my dignity, operating in the mud, covering my hands in the unforgivable blood, selling the poison to the deeply devastated street, accepting the psychological ultimate defeat, just so I could perfectly pay for your college tuition and keep you safely away from the brutal condition. You think this shiny jewelry is a badge of success? It's a heavy metal noose creating immense distress. I look over my shoulder every single terrifying night, praying that I heavily survive the inevitable fight. I sacrifice my holy soul so you could wear a suit, so you could firmly establish a magnificent root. You are the absolute hope of the entire family tree. Don't throw it beautifully away just to emulate me. I'm a heavily, deeply scarred, unforgivable sinner, so you could be the ultimate, legitimate winner. But I can't let you carry the magnificent burden alone, sitting isolated heavily on the underground throne. I wanna forcefully protect you, watch over your back, defending the family from the governmental attack. The only way you protect me is getting that degree, becoming the magnificent man that I could never be. You stepping on the block is an insult to my pain. Don't watch my deeply historical sacrifice in the rain.
I didn't know, bro. I'm sorry.
I love you, kid.
Now pack your bag.
You got a class tomorrow morning.
Eyes open, head on a swivel. Eyes open, head on a swivel. Standing on a corner where the street signs bend. Standing on the corner where the street signs bend. Stop. Standing on the corner where standing on the corner where the street signs bend. Figuring out who is an enemy or a friend. The block is an economy, the block is a state. Guarding the perimeter, securing the gate. Youngins on the bicycles acting like the scouts. Looking for the undercover cars and the routes. We got a fragile peace treaty signed in the blood, but rumors are spreading like a catastrophic flood. I'm leaning on the brick, smoking on a cigar, watching every single unfamiliar looking car. The tension is thick, you could cut it with a knife. Everybody gambling the value of a life. The mother sitting on the porch looking at the sky, praying that the violence passes quietly by. I tap my waistline, making sure the tool is there, inhaling the toxicity of the urban air. 3 black SUVs rolling down the avenue. They crossing the line. Arm up! Arm up! They cross the borderline. We going to war. Shattering the peace right down to the core. Grab the artillery out of the hidden stash. Ready to turn the vehicles into the ash. I'm blocking out the orders, organizing the line, making sure the strategy is perfectly designed. They roll the windows down, pointing out the steel. I'm showing these cowards exactly how it feels. We dropping the barricades, blocking up the street, forcing the enemies into a quick retreat. I'm firing the weapon, holding it with 2 hands, defending the integrity of the holy land. You wanna take the corner, you gotta go through me. I am the guardian of the community. We pushing them back, we breaking the attack. Listening to the heavy ammunition crack. No giving up an inch, no giving up a yard. We hitting them heavy and we hitting them hard. The South Side boys are making a fatal mistake, watching the foundation of the empire break. This is our dirt. You bleed here, or you leave here.
Hold your fire! They retreating. Yeah. Run back to your side of the tracks.
Check the perimeter. Nobody sleeps tonight. The war just started.
The war just started.
Let it pour, watch the chrome. Navigating through the storm to make it home. Let it pour, watch the chrome. Navigating through the storm to make it home. Make it home, make it home, make it home. Breathe. Let it pour. Yeah, calm down. Yeah, sitting in the driver's seat watching the wiper blades. Thinking about the choices and the sacrifices made. City looks peaceful when it's soaked in the rain. Washes all the blood and it numbs all the pain. Neon signs reflecting in the puddles on the street. I'm finding my sanctuary right inside the beat. Ain't nowhere to be, ain't nobody to see. Just a moment of silence for a sinner like me. The hustle never stops, but tonight I take a pause. Tired of the violence and the breaking of the laws. Let the water cleanse the dirt off the chrome. Long way to go, but I'm finally heading home. I don't hold grudges, I let the anger release. The ultimate luxury is in the peace. Keep the window cracked, smell the ozone in the air. Whispering the quiet in the solitary prayer. Let it fall, oh, watch the chrome. Let it pour, navigating through the storm to make it home. Let it pour, let it pour, navigating through the storm to make it home. Keep it calm, ride slow, keep it calm. Looking for a piece, looking for the bomb. Keep it calm, ride slow, keep it heavy storm, be a healing song. My soul is exhausted from the constant paranoia, trusting nobody, not the judge or the lawyer. Everybody wearing masks, playing different roles, selling out their brothers just to reach their goals. But tonight the rain makes everybody equal. No heroes, no villains, ain't no sequel. Just humans trying not to drown in the flood, trying to keep the water from mixing with the blood. I turn the radio dial, find a classic groove, let the bass line tell me how I need to move. Sometimes the greatest strength is sitting still, looking out the window, looking at the hill. When the city goes to sleep and the sirens wail, I'm the one who writes the ending to the untold tale. No medals for the change, no parades in the town, just a man pulling himself up from the ground. Listen to the drops, it's the city crying for everything we lost. Wash it clean, start over tomorrow. Let it fall, wash the chrome. Let it pour, navigating through the storm to make it home. Let it pour, let it pour, navigating through the storm to make it home. Keep it calm, ride slow, keep it calm. Looking for a piece, looking for the bomb. Keep it calm, ride slow, keep it calm. Let the heavy storm be a healing song. I seen the era change, I seen the culture shift, but the boom bap beat is my ultimate gift. No living in the past, but I honor the roots. Still walking the path in my Timberland boots. Keep it calm, ride slow, keep it calm. Looking for a beat, looking for the ball. Keep it calm, ride slow, keep it calm. Let the heavy storm be a healing song. Yeah, let it pour, let it pour, let it pour, let it pour. Let it pour, 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 pour.
They ask how we conquered the city. It's simple. You handle the boardroom, I handle the pavement. Yin and yang, the shield and the pen, the perfectly balanced machine. The most formidable alliance that the city ever seen. Drop it heavy, heavy. Drop it heavy, 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 heavy. Drop it heavy, heavy. I am the heavy brass knuckle, the muscle inside the street, ensuring the opposition suffers the ultimate defeat. I walk through the deeply terrifying, dangerous block, so you can securely pick the corporate financial lock. When the rival syndicates try to heavily interfere, I instantly manifest a deeply historical fear. I keep the deeply parasitic vultures completely away, so you can beautifully orchestrate the monumental play. I don't wear the custom suits, I wear the heavy fatigue, operating exclusively in the underground league. My hands are heavily calloused from the physical war. I am the deeply impenetrable, heavily bolted door. You never have to heavily, deeply worry about your back, cause I'm heavily anticipating the sudden attack. I take the physical damage, absorbing the brutal blows, while you perfectly calculating how the revenue flow. Watch the back, build the front, surviving the heavily orchestrated hunt. Watch the back, build the front, surviving the heavily orchestrated hunt. I am the intellectual architect, drafting the plan, evolving from a heavily corner hustler to a businessman. I sit in the heavily decorated, isolated room, writing the deeply unadulterated financial doom of the heavily corrupt executive trying to steal our art. I'm deeply heavily tearing their legal contracts apart. I multiply the heavily accumulated massive wealth, protecting my deeply historical generational health. I deeply recognize I couldn't beautifully successfully build if you didn't fiercely protect the heavily dangerous field. You taking the heavily physical, deeply historical risk, so I can heavily press the magnificent platinum disc. We are the heavily intertwined, undeniably identical coin, the most incredibly beautifully executed strategic join. The street and the boardroom heavily merging into one. We heavily shining brighter than the deeply magnificent sun. I heavily clear the path in the terrifying dark. I heavily draft the blueprint and leave the holy mark. I deeply heavily eradicate the physical threat. I deeply heavily calculate the monumental net. Nobody heavily disrespects the deeply historical crew, providing a heavily unadulterated beautiful view. The yin and the yang heavily conquering the town. We deeply heavily wearing the crown.
Watch the back, build the front, surviving the heavily orchestrated hunt. Watch the back, build the front, surviving the heavily orchestrated hunt.
play our part when together. The shield, the boardroom, I handle the pavement, yin and yang.
You can keep asking the same questions, but I ain't got nothing to say. Turn the tape recorder on. Let's go.
Sitting in the steel chair, staring at the mirror, trying to use intimidation just to make it clearer. Detective sitting across the table, blowing cigarette smoke, trying to crack the armor, hoping that I finally broke. He's sliding photographs of the scene across the desk, looking at the situation truly picturesque. He telling me he got the evidence to put me away, telling me I'm never gonna see another sunny day. I lean back in the chair, perfectly at peace. I know exactly how to operate with the police. I don't confirm, I don't deny, I simply observe. I got the ice water running heavy in the nerve. You want a confession? You gon' have to dig a hole, because you can lock the body, but you cannot lock the soul. I know the Constitution, I know the Miranda rights. I survived the darkness of 1,000 bloody nights.
You done talking? Good, now it's my turn. Let's talk about the money you've been stealing from the evidence room, detective.
I know exactly who you are, I know the dirty game. I know you hiding corruption right behind the badge's name. You taking payouts from the cartel on the east side, thinking that the uniform is giving you a place to hide. I got the documents, I got the paper trail secured. I am the disease that your department never cured. You thought you had a poem, but you sitting with the king. I pull the right string and I make the choir sing. You threatened me with prison, I was born inside a cell. I am the undisputed architect of living hell. Your hands are just as dirty as the killers on the block. You just a hypocrite hiding behind a shiny Glock. I see the sweat forming on your forehead. You afraid, watching all the leverage and the intimidation fade. I'm walking out this building with a smile upon my face, leaving you completely humiliated in disgrace. The streets know the truth, the streets always keep the score. I'm kicking down the hinges of the penitentiary door. I dictate the terms, I dictate the negotiation, ending this pathetic and corrupt interrogation.
You wanna lock me up? You better make sure your own closet is clean first. I want my lawyer now. And until he gets here, I exercise my right to remain absolutely silent. We're done here. We're done here.
This is it. The last run once I hand this bag over. I'm out of the game forever. Keep your eyes on the road. Yeah, the final destination is a warehouse on the east, delivering the meal to a never-ending beast. Got $1 million in the trunk, neatly packed inside the bags. Navigating through the city with the territorial flag. Sweat is dripping down, gripping on the steering wheel, trying to suppress the paranoia that I feel. I've been in this game for 20 devastating years, drowning in the ocean made of blood and bitter tears. I lost a lot of brothers, watched them fade into the black. I'm executing the plan and I ain't never looking back. I pull up to the spot, flash the headlights twice, paying off the ultimate and heavy sacrifice. The heavy metal door slowly opening wide. I take a deep breath, then I roll the car inside. The boss looking at me with suspicious type of glare. I hand him the bag, put it right up on the chair.
It's all there. Every penny I'm done. Don't ever call me again.
Finally stops. No more looking over my shoulder for the cops. The weight of the world is lifted entirely off my back. I'm stepping completely off the designated track. The sunrise is breaking right across the city skyline. I'm finally stepping over the invisible dividing lines. No more carrying the weapon everywhere I go. No more moving weight in the middle of the snow. I traded the empire for a quiet peace of mind, leaving all the violence and the ignorance behind. I'm driving down the highway, pushing 85 for the very first time. I feel completely alive. I beat the statistics, I shattered the glass ceiling, embracing the beautiful and solitary feeling. I'm heading for the coast, leaving the concrete jungle where the kings and the pawns persistently fumble. I bought back my soul from the devil at the cross. I am the ultimate and undisputed boss. The chapter is closed, the book is thrown in the fire. I have elevated completely higher, 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 higher.
They said nobody retires from the streets. Well, I just rewrote the rules. Roll the window down. Smell that ocean breeze. It's over. Goodbye. Everybody wants the fast money. Fast money. Everybody wants the fast money. Play the long game, stack the chips. Silence on the money making lips. Play the long game, stack the chips. Silence on the money making lips. No flashing, no shine. Just the power grips. No flashing, no shine. Just the power grips. Yeah, keep it quiet. I see him on the corner flashing the heavy road. Mortgage in the future, selling off their holy soul. Driving rented cars, wearing the rented chains. Got a pocket full of singles and the deficit of brains. They living for the weekend, they living for the gram. But when the feds arrive, they the first to squeal and scram. I'm sitting in the back observing the tragic play, knowing they ain't gonna last to see another sunny day. I play the long game, the marathon, not the sprint. I'm moving in the shadows without leaving a footprint. I take the slow profit, I build the solid base. I don't participate in the rat and the mouse race. Patience is a weapon, time is a heavy sword. I'm collecting all the dividends and building up the hoard. While they celebrating loudly, I'm quietly investing, preparing for the storm when the universe is testing. Play the long game, stack the chips. Silence on the money making lips. Play the long game, stack the chips. Silence on the money making lips. No flashing, no shine. Just the power grips. No flashing, no shine. Just the power grips. Yeah, keep it quiet. They call me old-fashioned. They say I'm moving too slow, but they don't understand the heavy undertow. The tortoise in the hair, the street version of the tale. The flashy ones inevitably end up in the jail. I'm reading up on real estate, checking on the stocks, while they debating who is the hardest on the blocks. I buy the whole building, they renting out the room. I'm planting down the seeds, they sweeping with the broom. It's a difference in the mindset, the difference in the view. I'm operating heavily with the selected few. If a deal takes a year, I wait exactly 12 months. I don't jeopardize the mission by performing silly stunts. The empire is built brick by meticulous brick, avoiding all the traps and the governmental trick. When the dust finally settles and the flashy ones are gone, I'm the only one remaining to witness the new dawn. And it didn't fall in a day, either build it right.
Silence on the money-making lips.
Play the long game, stack the chips.
Silence on the money-making lips.
No flashing, no shine, just the power grips. No flashing, no shine, just the power grips.
Yeah, keep it quiet. Everybody. Keep it quiet. Everybody. They put us in separate interrogation rooms. Thought we would fold and turn on each other. They don't know the cloth we cut from.
They can lock the physical body in the heavy steel, but they can never unlock the loyalty that I feel. Let the drums talk. Let the drums talk.
Yeah, I got a fortified, impenetrable mental vault, protecting my brothers from the legal assault. We committed the undocumented heavy sins, where the chaotic urban survival begins. We bury the incriminating heavy tool in the muddy and shallow, isolated pool. We made an unspoken absolute vow, sweating the historical terrified brow. They put me in the secured interrogation room, trying to orchestrate the historical doom. The feds offering magnificent, tempting deals, trying to break the magnificent holy seals. I looked the detective right in the eye and fed him an impenetrable solid lie. My lips are permanently heavily sewn shut, trusting that intuition living inside the gut. Swallow the key, bury the lie, keeping the hidden secrets until I die. No interrogation, no federal deals. We operating heavily on the absolute reals. Yeah, sealed tight. They offered me 5 years if I gave them your name. I told them I didn't speak English, talk to them, bro. They froze the accumulated heavy accounts, trying to squeeze the historical amount. They threatened my innocent family tree, trying to manipulate and terrify me. But the brotherhood is a holy, unshakable oath, protecting the magnificent generational growth. I'd rather sit in the dark, isolated cell, enduring the psychological heavy hell, than to ever heavily snitch and fold and leave my brother out in the freezing cold. The superficial ones quickly break down, losing the underground heavy crown. But the underground is a totally different breed, operating off a magnificent silent creed. I'm swallowing the absolute heavy key to guarantee that my brother is perfectly free. The vault is incredibly permanently tight, navigating the historical terrifying night. We left absolutely no unadulterated trace, maintaining the immaculate stoic face. The feds are incredibly, exceptionally mad, because they lost the only leverage they had. The secrets are deeply, heavily secure. The intentions are fundamentally swallow the key, bury the lie, keeping the hidden secrets until I die. No interrogation, no federal deals. We operating heavily on the absolute reals. Yeah, sealed tight. Swallow the key, take it to the grave, that's the code. I take it to the grave. That's the code. They can lock the physical body. That's the code. Loyalty over liberty. Shout out to the silent warriors holding the line. Keep your mouth shut. That's the code. That's the code. There's no jealousy in our circle.
When one man shines, the whole crew illuminates.
We eradicate the ego, eradicate the pride. Two undisputed kings riding side by side.
Let's show them how we move.
Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it.
I heavily guarded the highly volatile urban gate, ensuring the deeply magnificent historical fate. While you was in the heavily isolated vocal booth, spitting the heavily undeniable original truth. I kept the deeply parasitic vultures far away, so you could heavily, safely, and majestically play the deeply profound and the musical magical note, keeping the heavily underground independent boat afloat. The streets are incredibly viciously ambitious, but our deeply monumental vision is propitious. I took the incredibly heavy physical risk, so you could heavily burn the independent disc. We operating perfectly with the unified brain, navigating the incredibly heavy, terrifying brain. You are the heavily profound, magnificent voice, and I am the heavily protective, ultimate choice.
Push the line, watch us shine.
Perfectly executing the heavy design.
Iron sharpens iron, we elevate the skill. Climbing to the top of the monumental hill.
Yeah, elevate.
You built the fortress, I just painted the walls. Iron sharpens iron.
Grab the mic and feel. I deeply recognize the heavy sacrifice you made, walking inside the heavily terrifying shades, so I can heavily shine in the magnificent light, winning the incredibly deeply intellectual fight. Every single heavily syllable I passionately spit is deeply heavily perfectly lit by the incredibly protected fire you heavily bring, allowing the deeply magnificent choir to sing. When the industry heavily tried to deeply deceive, you was the deeply heavy reason I continue to believe. We split the incredibly heavy independent check, commanding the deeply absolute profound respect. The music is heavily saving our historical lives, sharpening the deeply intellectual heavy knives. I'm dedicating this heavily magnificent verse to you, the realest heavily profound brother that I knew. We heavily push each other to be incredibly great. I'm unlocking the deeply heavily golden gate. No jealousy existing in the inner circle, eradicating every heavily individual hurdle. I lay the beat down, you provide a heavy spark, illuminating the deeply terrifying heavy dark. A legendary duo etched into the holy stone. We never heavily walk in the violent streets alone.
Push the line, watch us shine.
Perfectly executing the heavy design.
Iron sharpens iron, we elevate the skill. Climbing to the top of the monumental hill.
Yeah, elevate. 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 Real brotherhood, real brother, real brotherhood, real brotherhood, real brotherhood.
Real brotherhood is wanting your partner to be greater than you.
Elevation, elevation is the only goal. Shout out to the dynamic duos. We out. You can't hit what you can't see. I'm a myth to them. A rumor. But the power is very real. Move like a ghost, leave no trace. Securing the power in the darkest place. Move like a ghost, leave no trace. Securing the power in the darkest place. No cameras, no flash. Just a blank face. No cameras, no flash. Just a blank face. Yeah, in the dark. I don't take pictures, I don't do the interviews. I don't want my face plastered on the evening news. I'm a ghost in the system, operating in the blind, leaving all the vanity and the ego behind. They whisper my name in the back of the club, but they don't know the face of the man at the hub. I pull the heavy strings from behind the velvet curtain, making sure the outcome is absolutely certain. I got the politicians in the pocket of my coat. I'm the one navigating the heavy ferry boat. You want the shiny spotlight, you want the heavy fame. I just want the absolute control of the game. I slip through the cracks of the governmental net. I'm the biggest undiscovered geographical threat. I leave no fingerprints, no digital footprint. I vanish in the dark without a solitary hint. Move like a ghost, leave
no trace. Securing the power in the darkest place. Move like a ghost, leave no trace. Securing the power in the darkest place. No cameras, no flash. Just a blank face. No cameras, no flash. Just a blank face. Yeah, in the dark. The feds got a file, but the file is completely empty. They tryna find a weakness, tryna heavily tempt me, but I don't have a vice. I don't gamble with the dice. I'm colder than the absolute 0-degree ice. I communicate through layers, intermediaries, and guards. I hold the most valuable and the heaviest of cards. They chasing after shadows, chasing after the smoke. I'm delivering the fatal and the ultimate stroke. When the rival bosses fall and the empires crash, I'm the one sweeping up the remaining of the ash. I build the shell companies, wash the money clean, operating the most intricate and quiet machine. I'm the boogeyman that the other gangsters fear, because I can make a problem completely disappear without raising a finger, without raising a voice. I leave the opposition with a solitary choice.
They can't see you. They can't shoot you.
Move like a ghost, leave no trace. Securing the power in the darkest place. Move like a ghost, leave no trace. Securing the power in the darkest place. No cameras, no flash. Just a blank face. No cameras, no flash. Just a blank face. Yeah, in the dark. In the dark. In the dark. Yeah.
Move in silence. They won't even know what hit them.
In the dark.
Did you hear that? Shh. Turn the lights off. Just listen. Did you hear that? 3 a.m. in the morning, staring blindly at the ceiling, fighting with a terrifying, paralyzing feeling. The mansion is massive, the security system is tight, but I cannot find a peaceful moment in the dead of night. Every shadow on the wall looks exactly like a ghost of the brothers that I utilized and violently roasted. The money in the safe cannot purchase a minute of sleep. The psychological secrets are incredibly deep. I hear a floorboard creak in the empty hollow hall. I'm grabbing on the loaded weapon hanging on the wall. It's just the wind blowing heavily against the window pane, but the trauma is permanently embedded in the brain. I walk up to the mirror, splashing water on my face, looking at a man who is completely out of his grace. I survived the violent, chaotic, and muddy trench, but I can never wash away the metaphorical stench. Lock the door. Check the blind.
Fighting with the traumatized mind.
Trust nobody.
Not even the silhouette.
Living with the unpayable historical debt.
Trust nobody.
Yeah, trust nobody.
You eliminate the enemies, take the heavy golden crown, but the gravity is heavily pulling your spirit down. I'm isolated, trapped inside of the luxurious wealth, sacrificing every ounce of my spiritual health. The sirens in the distance triggering the heavy sweat, a terrifying, unescapable, invisible net. I got a closet full of skeletons, rattling the bones, sitting on the most uncomfortable of the bloody thrones. My friends are either dead or they sitting in the prison cell, leaving me to navigate this beautifully decorated hell. I can't trust the chef, I can't even trust the maid. Every single interaction feels like a deceptive charade. The paranoia is a cancer eating at the holy soul, taking absolute and devastating psychological control. I'm a prisoner of war in the war that I actually won, hiding in the darkness from the brilliance of the sun.
Lock the door. Check the blind.
Fighting with the traumatized mind.
Trust nobody.
Not even the silhouette.
Living with the unpayable historical debt.
Trust
nobody.
Yeah. I pour a heavy glass of the aged in the dark brown, swallowing the overwhelming anxiety deep down. I realize the ultimate in the devastating truth. I sacrifice the beauty of my innocent youth for a temporary superficial material gain. And now I gotta suffer the psychological pain. I am the warden of my personal mental penitentiary, documenting the downfall in the tragic documentary. I put the weapon down heavily on the mahogany desk, accepting the reality of the absolute grotesque. I gotta find a way to make amends for what I did, trying to resurrect the innocence of the inner kid. I'm donating the millions, trying to balance out the scale, hoping that my spiritual redemption will finally prevail. The dawn is breaking through the curtains, illuminating the room. A solitary king escaping the psychological tomb.
You survived the streets just to fight a war in your own head.
Move silent, keep it dark. Leave no trace, leave no trace and leave no mark. Move silent, keep it dark. Leave no trace and leave no mark. Leave no mark, leave no mark, leave no mark. Yeah. Leave no mark. Yeah, that's right. Window rolled down, catching the midnight breeze. Only time my mind is somewhere at ease. Memories of the dirt where the flowers won't grow. Now I'm planting my seeds in the concrete snow. Got the pocket full of grit in the mind like a vault. If you slip in this game, it is your own fault. I don't ride with the hype, I don't chase the trend. I just stack my chips right through to the end. Seen the bright lights blind, the sharpest of minds. Leave the weak ones lost in the daily grinds. Ain't no time for the slipping, gotta tie the boots. Taken from the branches, but I nurture the roots. Stay smooth, move silent, leave no trace and leave no mark. Leave no trace, leave no trace and leave no mark. Black tint, don't flinch, black tint, moving through the shadows like a silhouette print. Black tint, don't flinch, black tint, leave no trace behind, just a cold footprint. Yeah, stopped at the red light, looking left and right, ain't no friendly faces out in the dead of night. Everybody got to hustle, everybody got to scheme. I'm just trying to wake up from this American dream. Built a wall around my trust, locked it with the key. Only me, myself, and I in this trinity. When the rain hits the glass, it sounds like a drum, reminding me of all the battles that I overcame and won. I don't need a pat on the back or a shiny black. I just need my rear view clear, keep them off my back. Through the smoke in the mirrors, I see the truth. I'm a veteran of the block, still keeping my youth smooth. Move silent, leave no trace and leave no mark. Leave no trace, leave no trace and leave no mark. Black tint, don't flinch, black tint, moving through the shadows like a silhouette print. Black tint, don't flinch, black tint, leave no trace behind, just a cold footprint. Yeah, I take the long way home just to clear my head, remembering the words that my old man said. Keep your head on a swivel and your heart on ice. In this game of life and death, ain't no rolling twice. Leave no trace, leave no trace, leave no mark. Leave no trace, leave no trace, leave no mark. Black tint, don't flinch, black tint, moving through the shadows like a silhouette print. Black tint, don't flinch, black tint, leave no trace behind, just a cold footprint. Yeah, move silent, move silent, move silent, move silent.
I've seen 3 generations make the exact same mistakes. My job ain't to judge them, it's to teach them. It's to teach them. It's to teach them. Sit down, young blood. Listen. Listen. Pass the torch, like the spark. Guiding the youngest through the dark. Through the dark. Pass the torch, like the spark. Guiding the dark. Guiding the youngest through the dark. Sitting on the milk crate, observing the block, watching the young hustlers running from the cop. They got the sagging pants and the aggressive attitude, thinking that the universe is owing them gratitude. I look at them and see the reflection of my youth. Before the harsh reality deliver me the truth, they think they reinvented how the dirty game is played. They don't know the cemetery where the founders laid. I pull a youngin' to the side, look them in the face, tell them there ain't no finish line inside the devil's race. The fast money comes with a devastating tax. The system is designed to put you flat upon your backs. I show them all my scars, bullet wounds and the burns, teaching them the lessons before the cylinder turns. I'm the designated prophet of the concrete floor, giving out the keys to unlock the heavy door. Pass the torch, like the spark. Guiding the youngest through the dark. Pass the torch, pass the torch, like the spark. Guiding the youngest through the dark. I tell them that true gangster is walking away, living so your mother doesn't have to sit and pray. A real man provides without risking his own life. He builds a sanctuary for his children and his wife. I'm dropping heavy gems on the pavement of the street, hoping that my wisdom makes his survival complete. You survive the environment by outsmarting the trap, not by putting extra hollow points inside the strap. The graveyard is filled with the toughest in the town. The quiet intellects are the ones who hold the crown. I pass the torch down with a heavy callous hand, hoping that the future generation understand. I am the bridge connecting the past to the new, wiping off the lenses so they get a clearer view. A stoic philosopher with nothing left to prove, just showing the soldiers the proper way to move. You wanna be a rebel? You wanna be dangerous? Read a book by property that terrifies the system more than any gun. Pass the torch, like the spark. Guiding the youngest through the dark. Pass the torch, pass the torch, like the spark. Guiding the youngest through the dark. Take the knowledge. Make it out of here. Make it out of here. I make it out of here.
Time is a thief, man. It takes everything, but it leaves the ghost behind. Been alone at heaven's gate.
The engine purring quiet, 2 a.m. on the dash. Memories hitting my brain like a camera flash. I made it out the trench, got a house on the hill, but the ghosts of the block are residing with me still. Looking in the rear view, I see my brother's face, caught up in the system, running in the devil's race. He took the left turn, I took the right path. Now I'm dealing with the guilt in the silent aftermath. Champagne in my glass, but it tastes like the rain. Every victory I celebrate is shadowed by the pain. We used to split a slice of pizza, starving in the cold. Now I'm watching how the hourglass turns us into old. I got survivor's guilt heavy sitting on my chest. Why did I make it out while they laid the rest? I walk through the old block, ghosts on every corner. Feels like I'm the last man, the designated mourner. Pour the glass, feel the weight, you're standing alone at heaven.
heaven's gate. Pour the glass, feel the weight, standing alone at heaven's gate. I tell their story so they never truly die. Paint their faces in the clouds in the summer sky. I'm the vessel holding all the untold dreams, stitching up the fabric of the torn apart seams. I made a promise to the mothers crying in the pew that I would do the things that their sons couldn't do. So every single plaque, every dollar that I make is dedicated to the ones asleep that can't wait. Money changed the zip code, money changed the clothes, but it never changes how the bitter story goes. Every time I make a move, I do it for the crew, living out the vision that they never got to view. I wear the custom suit, but I'm scarred underneath, still sleeping with the memories underneath the sheath. It's a heavy burden, but my shoulders built strong. I weave the tragic melodies inside of my song.
They say time heals all wounds. Nah, time just teaches you how to walk. With a limp, I still feel every law.
Pour the glass, feel the weight, standing alone at heaven's gate. Pour the glass, feel the weight, standing alone at heaven's gate. Standing alone at heaven's gate. Standing alone at heaven's gate.
Rest in peace to the soldiers. I'm carrying the names until we meet again.
Break the chain, walk the line, leaving all the fake love far behind. Break the chain, walk the line, leaving all the fake love far behind.
Walk the line.
Walk the line, walk the line. Listen up. Standing on the corner where the street lights fade, watching how the young blood's getting underpaid. I see my reflection in their hungry, angry eyes, chasing after illusions hidden in the city's lies. We was born in the maze with no map to navigate. Taught to love the hustle, but we learned how to hate. I ain't here to preach. I got dirt on my own hands, blood on the sneakers, walking through the barren lands. But I survived the storm and I kept my soul intact. Now I'm giving out the blueprint, laying down the fact. It ain't about how loud you can bark in the night. It's about who's left standing when they turn on the light. Keep the move calculated, keep the circle small. Only way to conquer when your back is against the wall. If the talk get loud, I let the silence reign. A quiet man's wisdom is a loud man's pain. Stand tall, walk the line, break the chain, leaving all the fake love far behind. Leaving all the fake love, leaving all the fake love. Behind deep roots, don't break deep roots. Roaming through the pain, watch the foundation shake. Deep roots, don't break deep roots. Nothing in this world that a strong mind can't take. Riding through the district, rolling down the window tint. Every bullet hole in the wall is a bloody fingerprint. System designed to keep us at the very bottom floor, locking up the mind before they lock the prison door. I put down the steel, started picking up the books, learning how to outsmart the politicians and the crooks. They want us in the cage or they want us in the dirt. I'm trying to show the block how to heal her from the hurt. Every dollar that I stack is a brick in the new wall, building up a shelter for the homies when they fall. When the pressure hits the chest, gotta breathe and let it go. Mastering the mind is the only way to grow. I take a heavy loss, but I never lose the war. I just wipe the dust off and settle up the score. They want that shine, but I want that truth. I'm letting down the seed for the misguided youth. Stand tall, walk the line, break the chain, leaving all the fake love far behind. Leaving all the fake love, leaving all the fake love, leaving all the fake love far behind. Deep roots, don't break deep roots. Growing through the pain, watch the foundation shake. Deep roots, don't break deep roots. Nothing in this world that a strong mind can't
systematic traps, erasing all the borders on their sociological maps. No borrowed identity, no renting out my soul, just a king in this castle, and absolute control. Deep roots, don't break. Deep roots, growing through the pain, watch the foundation shake. Deep roots, don't break. Deep roots, nothing in this world that a strong mind can't take. Break the chain, 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 break the chain.
Testing one. If you listening to this tape, it means I'm already gone. I left the game. But I couldn't leave without giving you the map. Listen closely, 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 closely.
To the microphone, leaving a strike of wisdom from the philosophical throne. Before I pack my duffel bags and permanently leave, I need you to thoroughly listen and completely believe that the streets is a heavily fabricated, dangerous slide designed to manipulate you and ultimately make you die. Rule number one, never place your absolute trust in a gun. It brings the heat and blocks out the magnificent sun. It is a tool of the coward, a mechanism of fear. It makes your brightest potential instantly disappear. I navigated the maze, surviving the darkest of days, escaping the psychological endless system at haze. I took the bullets on the chest so the future could be blessed. Enduring the ultimate and the most terrifying test. I'm handing you the manual, the heavy survival guide, hoping that my testimony can turn the incoming tide. Press the play, learn the way, surviving to see another day. Take the deeply embedded historical advice you cannot afford to pay the ultimate price.
Listen close, listen close.
Yeah. Rule number two, keep your inner circle incredibly few. The closest friend will vividly manipulate your view. They smile in your face while they holding a sharpened knife, ready to jeopardize your absolute and innocent life. The envy is a venom that poisons the strongest of bonds, creating a ripple effect across the quietest ponds. Rule number three, educate your intellectual tree. Read the profound books, unlock the psychological key. Outsmart the local crooks and the governmental traps. Redraw the boundaries of the socio-political maps. The mind is a vault, an impenetrable heavy safe, protecting you from the dangers of the metropolitan strafe. If you fail to plan, you are perfectly planning to fail, destined to end up in a coffin or a maximum jail. I'm dropping these jewels, laying them out on the wooden desk to save you from the tragedy of the urban grotesque. Press the play, learn the way, surviving to see another day. Take the deeply embedded historical advice you cannot afford to pay the ultimate price.
Listen close, listen close.
I did my time navigating the devastating crime, but now I'm free, perfectly executing the prime. I passed the torch, heavy sitting upon the wooden porch of a brand new home, escaping the systematic scorch. No longer forced to roam in the danger of the night. I'm walking graciously into the beautiful guiding light. Take this heavy tape, use it to permanently escape the terrifying boundaries of the geographical shape. I'm wiping my name completely off the historical map, deactivating the triggers of the generational trap. Be better than we were, that is the only way we win. Eradicating the remnants of the original sin. The legacy is secure, the intention is incredibly pure, providing the absolute and the most magnificent cure. The cycle is done, the beautiful revolution is won. I'm stepping out of the shadows, walking into the sun.
That's it. That's the blueprint. The rest is up to you. Be smart.